All right, I'm going to go ahead and call the regular council meeting for June 23rd, 2025 to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilperson Fisher.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and take roll call. Councilperson Bradley? Councilperson Kemper? Councilperson Geneva? Councilperson Friedmeier?
Here.
Councilperson Fisher?
Here.
Councilperson Bailey?
Here.
Councilperson Winkleman?
Here.
Councilperson Massa? I'll entertain a motion to amend the agenda. We need to add 3 liquor licenses to it. CVS, Kettle Hut, and La Pachanga was left off, so I want to entertain a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I'll make the motion that we approve the amended agenda to add the other 3.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, has the agenda been posted, dated, and signed? All right, perfect. Takes me on to a proclamation. So, proclamation, we're pretty familiar with it. We got kind of greatness in our audience of Carly Rusin. It's Rusan, but I always call her that in shop class. So, Carly, come join me up front, please. This is Carly. I've known Carly for quite a while, being a teacher and stuff. But I'm going to, Coach Rex recommended her for this proclamation. I wholeheartedly agree with this. I'm going to read this out and then we'll go from there. All right? There you go. This is formal as it gets. So, whereas Carly Rusan, daughter of Joe and Julie Rusan, and graduating senior at Crystal City High School, has demonstrated remarkable excellence in athletics, academics, and leadership throughout her high school career. And whereas on May 24th, 2025, Carly Rusan achieved a historic milestone by winning the 2025 Class 1A State Track and Field Long Jump Championship with a leap of 5.34 meters, 17 feet 6 1/4 inches. You guys can hang out and watch a meeting, or you're free to go, however you want to do it. So, good job, Carly. You did good. So, all righty. All right, moving on. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of May 19th, 2025, when you guys have a moment to check it out. See you guys. Thank you.
unless anyone has any questions or amendments, I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Second. All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. No one signed up for public comment. Check register and bills is next on the agenda. You can notice the sales tax has improved. It caught us back up, and the use tax is ahead for $37,000 from last year. So that use tax, the citizens really stepped up when they passed that and allows our road improvements and things of that nature, so. I'll entertain a motion to approve the check register and bills.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Does anybody have any questions on any of those?
I had a couple of questions.
Yeah.
One, for the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, there's a check for $10,000. Jason's city administrator report says it's $20,000 for the first 6 months. Is that, we're paying
We're
quarterly
paying-
or?
No, it should be 20 total, Chief. Isn't it 20 total? And I think his city admin reports it. I think it's 20 total, so
For 6 months?
for a year, I think. Is it for 6 months? So the 10 was the first check for 10,000.
Okay, and so
But-
we'll pay another 10
I believe so.
somewhere within the 6 months,
And then we were gonna meet with him again and then evaluate where we're at.
whether it's gonna move forward, okay?
Yeah.
How it's gonna move
So
forward.
you're correct, quarterly. I'm sorry, I was
Okay.
thinking. Yes. Yeah. And the other thing?
I think that was on the work at the pool.
Okay.
It seemed like, and did you get paid half? It was Friedmeier?
Yes.
So that, it looked like it was about half of what the original bid was, so it wasn't like,
Last month, they paid, so we paid it in 2 installments. So
okay,
the first payment.
half to get the job
yeah,
started, then.
And then the second one.
Second
Yeah.
one is finished.
Yeah.
Okay, that's, was my
Yep.
assumption, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yes,
that
sir, you're correct on that.
That was right. That was it on mine.
Okay. So I think I had a motion and a second. I think that was discussion. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Committee reports are in your packet. I have a couple things. Mr. Turner, pretty detailed report. They're pretty busy doing the sidewalks on Jefferson's looking good. Chief Bova's busy as well. And, Mr. Sullivan's detailed. You have anything to add to your report? All righty, sir. I also, Chief Helms, you have your report in that, the arrest and stuff. I like that. So thank you for putting that in there. I did have a thing. Can we do some additional patrols on Richmond and Williamsburg, just for mini bikes and things like that coming up? I appreciate that. All righty. If anyone has any questions on those reports, if not, we'll move on. Get my agenda right. Okay. Any questions for department heads, anything? Okay, we'll move on then. Council liaison report, Miss Massa, I'm sorry. Any, Mike, your services are no longer needed. Miss Massa, nothing on finance committee. Labor relations, Mr. Bailey.
No report.
All righty. Mr. Fisher, library school.
I don't have anything new to add.
All righty. Park board, Mr. Ginever is gone. I can say that the pool's been extremely busy with the weather the way it is, and it's doing pretty good. The bathrooms got completed, and I've had several compliments on how well the bathrooms look, so I'd like to thank the Friedmeyers for completing those bathrooms. It's nice, it's all waterproof, they can hose it all down and bleach it, and it's clean, so it's nice. Planning and zoning, Mr. Kemfer?
Just July 10th, I'll be meeting at 6:30.
Alrighty. I do have one thing on, P&Z is, Mr. Compton served on the P&Z for 20 years, basically, and, he resigned off of P&Z as president. Mr. Bacon will be appointed as president, taking his spot, and, yes, Steve, and then, we'll do that in our, appointments, and I filled, Mr. Compton's spot with Danny Elliott, which is on your spot, so. Alrighty. That's all I have for the P and Z. Zoning Appeals Board is Mr. Bradley. I don't think they have anything in the works, do they, Mr. Sullivan?
Not until mid-next month.
Okay. And then Mr. Friedmeier, Public Works.
No, I know they've been real busy, and I went up to St. Louis, worked up there with them, helping them with storms and everything.
Yeah,
So,
no, I got some thank you notes I'll cover.
Yep, so that's all I have.
And Mr. Winkleman, Police and Fire.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether I should, mention it during the department reports or in the roundtable, but just wanted to mention that, Fourth of July coming up and the fireworks, big thrill for a lot of people, a big dissatisfier for a lot of people as well. So, you know, that our police officers might have already been hearing them go off at home, they haven't exploded like I expect they will in the next week or so. I know you guys will be up there looking for the fire department as well. That brings out issues for the fire department as well, so.
Right.
I just hope to find a way that we can follow the ordinance, folks can follow the ordinances and enjoy it, but not disrupt their neighbors
And be courteous neighbors of picking up the trash from the fireworks and things of that. Yeah, that's,
and just the potential danger of where they can land, especially if it doesn't rain. It's been raining a lot, now it may not for the next 2 weeks, and by the time Fourth of July comes around, it could be extremely dangerous.
could be. Right.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no.
But,
Well, you get to talk again, so maybe if you, we'll hit it again. We'll hit it again. All right, thank you, sir.
Mayor, Mr.
Yes.
Somebody.
I just have a question.
Okay, I have public comment.
Is there a limit on the size of the fireworks?
No,
That an individual can have? Because last year I had fallout the size of my stuff.
yeah,
On my roof and in my yard.
yeah. We don't have a, it's the state laws of that, so, yeah.
Very large.
All right. Does anyone in the audience wish to speak on anything about the previous council meeting, May 19th? None. Old business, we have none. New business, we got a couple of things. Festus Crystal City Fireworks Spectacular, I'm to speak on that. It's, the Elks fireworks, basically the police help out on that, and we just need a motion to, approve the firework display for the Elks, which is a professional one, on July 12th, 2025.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve the Elks fireworks display on the 12th.
Second?
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I also have to speak on, Kyle Castens, the Reverend Kyle Caston, the Emmanuel Lutheran Annual Fun Fest. We always shut down Briarton on that. Chief, you have any issues? Okay. Alrighty, I'll entertain a motion to approve Briarton Lane road closure for Sunday, July 20th, from 11 to 3 for their Fun Fest.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Then Fireworks LLC, Hale Fireworks, I'll entertain a motion to approve their firework license.
I'll make the motion to approve that firework license.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
So they've already started selling?
I believe the Hale Fireworks is the one by Pius, is that correct, Shelley? They have not started. I think we have a timeline on when they can, yeah. So to my knowledge, they have not, but,
Yeah, I just, because it was dated 5/15, that we, could have done that in the May meeting if they needed to.
Right.
They said they can't sell it until the 32nd.
right.
I've been by there a few times, I haven't seen anybody in the park.
They're not selling yet.
There's people there, workers are there, setting up, doing different things to prepare for it.
Doors are all closed though.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. Alrighty. I had a motion and a second, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. We have liquor license renewal of CVS, Captain Z's, Casey's, Elks, JD Street, Kettle Huts, La Pachanga, MSD, Mississippi River, Eagles, The Office Bar and Grill, VFW Post, Walmart Supercenter. I would entertain a motion to approve all the liquor license listed on your amended list.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I believe that takes us to ordinances and resolutions. We got a couple. Alrighty, I'll entertain a motion to read Bill 1993-2025 on its first reading by title only.
I'll make a motion to read Bill 1993-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Perfect.
Second?
Alrighty, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the first reading of Bill 1993-2025 by title only, please? Thank you, ma'am. And this is the sidewalk school to grant, information that we passed, an ordinance previously. This is just like a finalized, bill to that. So I'll just need to make a motion for the second reading.
I'll make a motion to read Bill 1993-2025 on its second reading by title only.
Second?
All right, a motion has been made and seconded to accept Bill 1993-2025 on its first reading by title only. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. It's the second one now, I guess. Sorry. Yeah, that was the first, now we gotta do the second one, right?
Correct, that would be what we're looking at one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I confused myself on that.
And I follow you.
I know. That's okay, most of the time, it's
I'll
fine.
make a motion to read Bill 1993-2025 on its second reading by title only.
There we go, I'm sorry.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the second and final reading of Bill 1993-2025 by title only, please?
Bill number 1993-2025 on its second and final reading by title only, an ordinance of the city of Crystal City, Missouri, authorizing the mayor, Mike Osher, to enter into a contract with Times Contracting LLC to perform Taylor Avenue sidewalk improvements in Crystal City for $616,441.60, TAP-9901/693.
Thank you, ma'am. Need a motion to approve the bill.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill.
Perfect.
Second.
All right, a motion has been made and seconded to approve Bill 1993-2025 on its second and final reading by title only. Any further discussion?
Where on Taylor Ave, this is all of Taylor Avenue, how much of Taylor Avenue?
From
Taylor?
First to the elementary. So, yep. Yeah, you're gonna get sidewalks on that. And it's sidewalks, and it comes up onto, like, ties into the Mississippi one. So, it's the ADA ramps, sidewalks, and gutters. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, your curb and gutters. Yeah, I know, it's been there for a while. Yeah, we'll get that fixed. Right, nope, it should all be, yep. Yeah. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll poll the council. Councilperson Kemfer? Yes. Councilperson Friedmeier?
Yes.
Councilperson Fisher?
Yes.
Councilperson Bailey?
Yes.
Councilperson Winkleman?
Yes.
Councilperson Massa? All right, bill number 1993-2025 now becomes ordinance 1993-2025. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? Yes. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Next one is our ordinance 1994.
I'll make a motion to read ordinance number 1994-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Second?
All righty, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the first reading of Bill 1994-2025 by title only, please?
Bill number 1994-2025 on its first reading by title only, an ordinance of the city of Crystal City, Missouri, providing for the amendment of chapter 4, article 2, division 2,
Need a motion to approve that bill?
We gotta do second reading?
We need to approve the reading of the first one.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the first reading.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to accept Bill 1994-2025 on its first reading by title only. Any discussion?
What actually is that?
Okay, so it's basically we have an ordinance that limits the amount of tattoo parlors that are in town.
Okay.
And I believe we are at 3, Mr. Sullivan, and we've just doubled that to 6. So I'm not 100% sure that we can limit those businesses anyway, but, we're doubling it to 6, so it allows, I think we had someone enter that, so.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I need a reading for the second.
I'll make a motion to read bill number 1994-2025 on its second reading by title only.
Second.
Perfect. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the second and final reading of Bill 1994-2025 by title only, please?
Bill number 1994-2025 on its second and final reading by title only, an ordinance of the city of Crystal City, Missouri, providing for the amendment of chapter 4, article 2, division 2, section 4-48, known as limits on number of licenses issued of the code of ordinances of the city of Crystal City, Missouri.
Thank you, ma'am. To approve the bill.
I'll make a motion to approve bill number 1994-2025.
Perfect.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve Bill 1994-2025 on its second and final reading by title only. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll poll the council. Councilperson Kempfer? Councilperson Friedmeier?
Yes.
Councilperson Fisher?
Yes.
Councilperson Bailey?
Yes.
Councilperson Winkleman?
Yes.
Councilperson Massa? All right, Bill number 1994-2025 now becomes ordinance 1994-2025. All right, moving on, city administrator's report. You guys have Jason's report. I believe he's in Boston at this point in time, so should be cooler up there for him, but pretty thorough. And then that moves me on to the mayor's report. Let me get my stuff. We received a heartfelt thank you for our city workers. We sent, after the tornadoes in St. Louis, Richmond Heights, sent a thank you note, and, I'll read that real quick. Dear Mayor Mike Osher and City Administrator Jason Eisenbeis, on behalf of the City Council, our entire city staff, and our residents, we write to express our deepest and most sincere gratitude for the invaluable assistance provided by your Public Works Department in the aftermath of the tornado that impacted our community on May 16th. The extensive damage to our small community presented an immense challenge for our city, and the swift deployment of your Public Works team to aid in our cleanup efforts was truly remarkable. Their willingness to serve the public and expertise were instrumental in our ability to begin the arduous process of recovery. This act of solidarity and mutual support profoundly demonstrates the strong bonds that exist between our communities. We are incredibly grateful for your willingness in authorizing this vital assistance, and we will ask that you please convey our heartfelt thank yous to your community for contributing to our recovery. We stand ready to reciprocate your generosity should the need ever arise. With deepest appreciation, their mayor, Reginald Finney, and their city manager, Amy Hamilton. And then we have another one. So, dear Mayor Osher, Mr. Eisenbeis, thank you so much for your tremendous support with our tornado cleanup. Without the help of cities like yours, we would have been hauling debris for months. We are so grateful and certainly here if you ever need us. Sincerely, Mayor McArthur and City Manager Gibson. So, all right, and that's Clayton. We did not. We sent 2 crews, one to Richmond Heights, one to Clayton, and basically it's all the city admin and all the cities. You know, we have like a listserv basically of emails, and if a city needs help, I know we sent a crew down to Perryville when they had issues, and it's one of those things that they have. You know, when questions arise for our cities, we can ask other cities, and it's just it's a team basically. And those 2 cities, we sent them out, and they our guys did a great job.
I think it's great. I think that we should give them some credit, do a press release and let
Yeah.
the community and media know
Yeah,
that we did that.
we'll get right on that. So, all righty. I do have a couple people in the audience that if you would like to speak on anything, you got 2 minutes. Would anybody like to speak? I think there's...
I'll start it off.
All right, Mr. Friedmeier.
The day I got back from vacation, the neighborhood was wild. They've been having problems with the gentleman down there on the opposite street, starting fires. Fire's 12, 14 foot tall. He's burning vinyl siding, he's burning styrofoam. Anything he can throw in there, he'll burn. He's hauling it in from other places. We got him on video back in his truck in the yard, just unloading it and burning it. These guys couldn't even hardly breathe in their house because they back up to him. They dealt with this all night long. They called the fire department once I was gone. I don't really know what happened because I was in Arkansas.
Nobody showed up.
I heard,
They did come
No,
down.
they did that night, because the next day, nobody showed up again. Because it was still smoldering, and it was left unattended, because
Right.
I'm next door.
That's when your daughter texted me, I believe.
It burned all night, all night.
so, and I have it on my video feed as well. You can see it smoking all night.
Right.
It's
I will say that I know it's been brought up, to me, and I don't remember how, but I have an email set up. Oh, you went to Mr. Ginever, our councilman, and he sent the email, and I have your videos, and I conveyed them to Chief Helms today, and he was on that email as well. So we are working that situation, and, I was gonna come to you later this week and just have a meeting with you guys. I know he requested to speak with me, so I'll swing over there and we can talk, and, but it is being handled on our end,
It's
so.
been going on for a year and a half now.
Yeah, at least, and it's getting worse.
Right.
Bad language.
His friends will sit in the middle of our street and just squall their tires.
Okay. Well, until that email, that was, you know, the first that I've heard of it on that, so we'll,
Last week, what was Friday, and they were doing running around the house.
Yeah, they were doing donuts around their house.
Yeah. Through the
Yeah.
yard.
They knocked the air conditioner unit off the side of the house. They're just peeling out, just drifting around their complete house.
And I'm literally next door. We have barely a little bitty fence
right,
between us, you know, and it's just escalating, because it started with the dogs.
right,
Dogs are locked in the house 24/7, they bark. The one gets out, luckily she's friendly,
right,
but they're inside a locked room, and he leaves the window open half the time. I don't have a normal schedule, so I get a little more
Right.
irritated than other people, because I'm up at between 2 and 3 a.m.
right,
That's my work schedule. So when you have a truck literally circling houses or squalling tires.
With no exhaust.
Yeah,
Right.
no exhaust, because it's a little white truck.
yeah, I saw it on this video.
And there's no license plate on it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's brought to our attention, I know Chief is on it, he had a meeting today, he brought me in on that meeting as well, or caught me up to speed, I didn't sit in there, so we're gonna handle it from our end, I will touch base with you, your daughter can text me again, however that works out, I know she is, I know her, I taught her for years, but,
Her bedroom's in the middle of our house, and it faces
Right.
where he leaves his windows open, so.
Right.
You know, we all work, we go to school.
I understand that, and that's the thing, we'll address that, and that's all we can do.
The repercussions started a lot worse this last week and a half because he got the law called on him in the fire department. So now he just pulls up to your fence through the yards, lays on the horn, and just sits there.
That's my backyard, I got privacy back there.
Okay.
Straight behind mine, you come up in your driveway, go to the fence, flash your lights,
Right,
and back over a horn, we'll dread the motor, push it to the floor, and backs off.
Okay.
Back over the driveway, shuts off, runs in the house, and there for a while, then runs to the garage, and back to the house. He's always on the run, down at 37th of the walk.
Okay, he's always running. Well, we'll,
He had friends there with him, that he get prosecuted, they need to be prosecuted, they're involved in all, they're right into it.
Yeah,
Right.
like he said, it's escalating. Since summer's here and it's hot outside, it is literally escalating overnight. Because it was, you know, he didn't used to run through the yard with vehicles, leaving fires. It was just the naps, the belligerent
Right.
music, and there was one night, I don't know if they passed out or what, the music cut off, and it was just a loud hum from like a speaker for
right.
hours.
At that point, I mean, I would call the police, but we are aware of that, so we are.
So earlier, we talked to several police officers over this in the last couple of weeks. They said they don't have a noise ordinance. They said, they told us that there is no noise ordinance at no certain time that they have to be quiet.
No burn ordinance.
And they have no burn ordinance
There
as
used
well.
to be one in Crystal City. They had a noise ordinance and a burn ordinance.
I am not aware of,
I can handle a lot of the burn stuff and
okay,
construction, I handle that with property maintenance.
okay. So we have avenues, so,
I talked to Chief Bova about the burn, and he said it's just so vague that we couldn't do anything, so I didn't know if we could make something to where.
I think Robert will,
Property maintenance thing I can handle.
okay. No, I appreciate your time coming in, letting us aware of it. I mean, we'll address it from our end and we'll go from there. And I'll meet you, we'll see how it shakes out, and if not, we'll get it handled. So,
Like, it's steady escalating and
Video was in,
I'll meet you.
If you need videos, let me know. I got 83 videos, and I don't even live next to them.
Right.
And the thing is, if I pull up my mine doesn't have audio, but mine stores for 3 months.
Right.
So, and I have cameras all the way around, it just doesn't have audio.
Okay.
But the problem is, like Kylie, you know, Kylie doesn't back down, and he's literally come to her window to argue with her. You know, Kylie's 4 foot, weighs 80 pounds,
I know.
and the kid is
Yeah.
6'1",
Well-
6'2".
And he is very hot-headed.
Yes.
He does not care.
Well, at that point, I mean, if he's on your property, I would suggest calling the police on that.
that makes me sick to hear this girl, that girl stayed in and out.
Right.
Yesterday, that video was crying.
Yeah.
I gotta stop and hear it. I get
Yeah,
that.
he's physical with the girls that he has over there.
Well, our police are aware of it, so we'll address it and we'll go from there. So it will be addressed, it's on the record, so we'll handle it. I know Chief is already on top of it with, our detectives, so. All right,
He got up on top of his house, back porch, climbed on the roof, while he was at it all day. Yep.
we'll address it.
And if I wasn't afraid, I'm gonna do what I wanna do, I'm gonna play my music.
Right.
You're just gonna have to change your ways, times have changed. You will have to listen to my music. And he told that to the female police officer,
We'll address that. It'll be addressed, I assure you. It'll be addressed and I'll come meet you and we'll go from there.
How often is animal control? Because like, when we've called, they said that animal control is only like available 2 days a week.
That's not accurate. Animal control is here, Gene's here 40 hours a week, so, he's off on like Wednesdays, I think.
Wednesday and
But
Saturday.
Wednesday and Saturdays, but he's here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and
Do we call here, or? is
you
there-
call dispatch. Yeah, you just call dispatch and then just follow those prompts, and then they'll have a way to get hold of them.
You can call here this morning, between 8 and 4:30, you can call here. Okay. Because we've called, and I guess it's been on days when he's not there, because them dogs, he has 2, possibly 3, because I haven't seen the puppy. I have pictures of the puppy in a cage, just thrown in the backyard. Yeah, and those dogs are locked in that house 24/7. Like, my daughter has video after video for them dogs barking hours on end.
Well-
And it's just, he leaves the window open and they hop out the window because they've been locked in the house so long.
We'll address it.
Thanks, Mr.
All right, we'll see you guys. All righty. All right, anybody else? All right. Board appointments are in your packet. Get a moment to look over those. I said in your packet, they're a separate sheet. There's a couple of ones that I have not fulfilled yet. Those are on the BOZA. There's enough to make a quorum, so I'll, as they come up. But the BOZA meetings maybe once or twice a year, so, yeah, the Board of Zoning Appeals doesn't happen very often, so. But once that's done, I'll entertain a motion to approve the board appointments.
I'll make the motion to approve the board appointments as they're listed here on our report.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Couple of items for discussion tonight. We don't need a decision on these, but it's something that's been brought up. Parking issues on Mississippi and on 8th Street. When we have parking on both sides of the road, it's pretty difficult to get around on, and you're stopping and you're waiting, you know. Looking into possibly doing no parking signs on the east side of Mississippi. So on this side, no parking on this side. And then on 8th Street, no parking signs on the north side of that street, just to kind of make it to where, just to keep 2 lanes open, just as a item of discussion. That's kind of what we're talking about. So, you know, I was gonna say, I forgot, yeah. So that's one of the things that we'll probably bring up. I'll probably bring that up next meeting or something and have, you know, a vote on something of that nature, just because the parking is kind of an issue on that. But, then moving on to bulk pickup, again, we've had about 80 stops, Shelley, about the last 2 weeks, about 80 stops. And it's the same people dumping and stuff, but we do need to look into like a $5 fee. And it's just the dumping fees have went up tremendous on that. I know we have a fee on our water bill. It's like a recycling fee, but I don't want to add anything to the recycling fee when, you know, I used bulk pickup for the first time last week, and I recycle every week, but I don't think, you know, I don't want to pay for something I'm not using, basically, so.
I use it frequently, 2 or 3 times a year, and it's a great service that you provide, but I also think that if it was $5 for me to get rid of that junk, I'd pay $5.
Right.
And whether it gets added to my, when you call in the city and they say,
It's water,
come
yeah.
here, add my June 28th pickup.
Yeah.
For this month or next month or whatever.
So, I mean, that's kind of one of the things. Like I said, I think it's pretty fair. And most of my stuff got picked up by a scrap metal guy anyway.
Yeah.
But he drives around. So if you have metal, but he left the heavy chairs. That was our guys had to pick up those ottomans. So, but anyway, those are a couple things. Moving on from that, Grace Church held their annual outreach program on June 18th. Miss Laura Borman, myself, we volunteered down there at the football field. The city donated. We had 3 guys, some of our equipment and stuff down there, trying to clean that fence off, just to make it, you know, clean up our city a little bit. There was a storm box there that I wanted to see where that water went, actually, so that's how we all got that cleaned up. I want to just give my gratitude to Mr. Ramey, Mr. Bob, Nick Randall. We had the chipper trucks, the skid steers, and they just did a fantastic job. All those kids, the city went ahead and we got Kona Ice for all those kids. It was a good day. It was a nice outreach. The school and the city are working closer together than they ever have, I feel. And it's just something that I've preached since I've been here. Is like it's a close relationship, and when one succeeds, the other one does too. So I think it was a great day. So I do want to say, have a safe 4th of July. Respect your neighbors and our ordinances. July 4th and 5th are the only days that large personal displays are in compliance with our ordinance this year. Our ordinance does, you know, the weekend before, but today, this month is July 4th on that Friday and 5th on that Saturday. So, and that's all I have. Sorry on that. So, we'll go ahead. Roundtable comments. Mr. Kemper.
I have nothing.
All righty. Mr. Friedmeier.
I have nothing.
Mr. Fisher.
Same.
Mr. Bailey?
Nothing for me.
Mr. Winkleman?
You know I do.
Hey, it's okay. That's all right.
But I'm glad I got my fireworks complaining out before these, I found out, I had complained about fireworks, and my neighbors don't.
Well, I was looking, I was like, who wants to follow that up? And nobody. Debbie was like, no, I'm not. It's like-
But what you said, Mayor, just respect the ordinance, respect your neighbors, enjoy the holiday, that's it. But I also wanted to mention that I talked to Mr. Turner today, before he left for vacation, about the lime trucks and the city pumping out that, and I don't remember what day or days it was last week, but those trucks.
Slosh that lime up our hill.
Lime up the hill, but just the constant flow, and on Hudson Landing, not many people have to drive on it, but several times during those 2 days, I got pinched at the corner and had to back up or wait for one of those lime trucks to go around. I understand it's great service that the city gets, having that hauled out of there. Mr. Turner did say that he had to redirect them because they were trying to cut through town rather than use the truck route too, so, it's over now for another year. He said that
2 years.
every year or so, it happens, that we have to pump all that lime, discharge lime out of there. But it was, I don't know if anyone else had more it wasn't just comfort than I did, but it was, those trucks were just constantly, that's a big pond full of lime.
They hauled,
Go out of there.
I don't know if they had 2 or 4 trucks running at a time, and they ran at night.
Yeah.
You know, they tried to run later in the evenings, so it tried to, avoid, but it's a hassle for that week that they're hauling that, but I don't have another way of.
Nope, it's that happened, what I really want to find out how frequently it happened, every other year, I can deal with pain.
And we can have the streets
Make sure that the line is filled out.
on the sidewalk by the high school. That's your white by the high school. That's the
It
lime.
was actually behind that truck as it was pouring out of it. Yeah, I drove up the other side, I didn't want it on my truck.
Well, the problem is all that fluid washes out of the bottom. That's a pretty steep hill, so.
Yeah.
But, all right.
That's it.
Okay. Miss Nessa.
I had you on there to thank you and city workers and, Grace Life Youth Group for cleaning up the football field, because it looks so much better when you walk down. It's starting to look a little bit like a jungle, and so you guys cleaned that out, and it looks great. And then I also want to thank the fire department for, coming for Water Day at the elementary. That's one of my favorite things to watch, because the elementary kids love it, and the fire department just sprays them. So you're like, yes, I think it's great, so it was good. That was a good day, Wednesday, so thank you.
Awesome. Well, good deal. All right. With that, I'll enter.
What can we, talking about the bulk, can I say something?
Go ahead.
About the bulk, about people, picking up bulk and stuff, what is to prevent people from other neighborhoods across town dropping stuff over?
They still do. That's one of the issues that we have is people bring in
For 20 years.
and,
We get their address and everything.
Yeah.
so that's one of the issues that we have is, I mean, the bulk service is a fantastic, so I don't want to get rid of that because our alleys are clean, we don't have issues. But we have a lot of, some of the frequent offenders are the landlords that just dump everything out, and it's not just their Crystal City house, it's from other places that they come in.
Also with trash bags too.
Right.
I took a picture because I couldn't believe this person had 15 bags and this person doesn't do their yard.
Right.
So that they're running though.
Yeah, and
Because Crystal City is a good opportunity, although I don't know what other communities charge for that.
well, other communities,
I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, and then one day it's picked up and the next day there's more.
yeah, we do get taken advantage of on some of that things, and, it's one of those issues to where we gotta do it, and, hopefully we don't get taken advantage of too much on that stuff, and we'll try to curb that with the, bulk pickup. When they call in, they'll have to give us their name, the name will have to match up to their water bill, and then, that might help some things, but it is going from there, so.
But I like the flags on them.
The flags do good. Mr. Freemeyer, you have anything else?
I just had something for the fire department side, is no parking on the street. I was gonna see if you could possibly add Jefferson to your list, or maybe do a study on it. I would say about 75% of the time when I take our big truck out, the ladder truck, I make a left and I have to go down Jefferson for the festive commercial buildings and
Okay.
our commercial buildings up the highway. Unless it's the high school, elementary, or something like that, I very seldom come to the right. So when I hit Jefferson, it is so congested, I can barely get that truck down through there. I mean, it's rough.
So Jefferson parking on one side of their road either. We'll have to check on that, just 'cause I'm not, it kind of bases off of the alleys if they have somewhere to park and things of that nature, 'cause all the traffic, you know, and one of the roads like North Taylor, like by the high school, that's, I mean, there's not, you got one path and you gotta start at Shannon's house and come down or you're not getting through. So I don't know if it'll work on every road, but we'll look at that and see, and we're just trying
I
to,
know on the east side, they all have driveways in the alley, going
Okay.
down the east side of Jefferson.
okay,
From Sixth north, all the houses are on the right-hand side, and hardly anyone backs up to faces Jefferson from the west side. So from the track, Sixth Street, that definitely could be
Right.
just the right side of the road only. Because, yeah, the other houses don't, they face Seventh Street.
yeah,
And six,
yeah, you're correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so we could stick
so a lot of that, at least from 6 to 8,
to the tracks, basically.
is just on the right hand.
Yeah, Jefferson to tracks. All right, no, that's what that discussion's for, just to discuss, and we'll make a decision next month, and,
When they get through is actually his neighbor, they run a lawn care business out of that.
Yeah.
house, But don't live there.
They have a ton.
yeah, we've seen those.
That's the hardest one because of all the box trailers and the big trucks sitting there, it's really tough to get around.
Right. All righty. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Have a good 4th of July.